Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. I'm Miss M.
And I'm Miss P.
Welcome back to another episode of P and Movies Criticism. Miss P, you know what time it is.
The year of our Lord, November the 30th, 2025 at 11:09 p.m.
You know what time it is.
I do know what time it is. 11:09 p.m.
Our fans love it. Our fans adore it. You know what time it is. Hype, hype, hype.
You don't need no hype, you better hype yourself up. Hey, you don't need no hype, you better hype yourself up. You don't need no hype, you better hype yourself up. Hey, you don't need no hype, you better hype yourself up.
Just the P&M movie criticism got the hot sauce. P&M movie criticisms with the P&M movie criticisms with the hypnotism. P&M movie criticisms with the hot sauce. We tell you everything that's hot and everything that's not. Isn't that right, Miss P?
That's right, Miss M.
You know what it is. Hey, we are reviewing, guess what? The Smashing Machine.
The Rock. Yay! The movie.
Well, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, that is. Anyways, we have our hot sauce chart is how we're going to rate this movie. Coming in at the top, we have the Carolina Reaper. Nothing's hotter, nothing's better. Beneath that is the Ghost Pepper. The Ghost Pepper is crazy hot, but it's missing a crucial element that prevents it from being the Carolina Reaper. Beneath that is the Habanero. It's a good movie, feel good, real good, date night, family night movie. And beneath that is the Jalapeno, which is meh, meh, eh. And underneath that is the Bell Pepper. Just all types of mild, bland. So, how do you rate it?
I'm going to give it a habanero.
Okay, a habanero is fair simply because Dwayne did transform for the role. We don't remember when we last saw him with hair.
2002, The Rundown.
So it's been a while. We appreciate that. Also, this is probably the most different role that he's ever had.
I agree. The acting, let's talk about, let's go through some of our criteria first, if you don't know what our criteria is. So, number 9 is, do we like it or do we love it? Is it historically accurate? Did it strike my emotion? Did it keep my attention? What are the production elements looking like? What's the directing style? What's the quality of acting? The sound quality and the effects and the cinematography. So that's the first thing that we're going to do is the cinematography. And we're going to go, that's my favorite thing.
Cuckoo! So yes, ladies and gentlemen, while this film does not have a complete story arc, a complete beginning, middle, and end, we do have a beginning and we do have a middle, but we really don't have an ending to it. We know what happens, but it really just has a beginning and a middle. It's only because of Dwayne Johnson's transformation that we are giving it a habanero. Isn't that right? Without Dwayne Johnson's performance and transformation, we would make this film what? A jalapeno? Yeah.
It would be a jalapeno, but because he did transform, because he did his thing, he gets a habanero.
That's right. So we're going to take all of this into consideration for our film review. So Ms. P, did you like it? Did you love it?
I liked it. It was a lot for me to like, but I liked it.
I liked it. Historically accurate, though.
Yes. Yes, it's very much so historically accurate. It really detailed his life. Like everything that he really went through, it detailed his life and it showed it. So yes, it was very historically accurate. From 2002, he was basically a trailblazer for what he did. So yeah, it was very historically accurate. Miss M, what you think?
I think so. I mean, it's really uncanny how much Mark Kerr and Dwayne Johnson look alike.
At first I was like, what is this CGI stuff going on here? Because I had to look at him and then I had to look at like the regular guy and they look exactly alike, which is really creepy. Like it's
Yeah.
really creepy. Um, and he was big and buff like when he used to wrestle, so he had to add on some pounds, some muscle, to play this role.
I think so. So, did it strike your emotions?
The character arc just kinda left me hanging. Like, it wasn't a full, beginning, middle, end. It was kinda like beginning, middle, 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 and then it just abruptly ended, which I didn't like.
Yeah, because the reporter says to him that when he's in Japan, "How would you feel if you lost?" He's like, "I don't know that feeling. I've never lost before." And it's like really foreshadowing because eventually, Mark does lose. And when he loses, he's like, "Oh my gosh," he goes through some bad, bad things emotionally in his relationship. And he eventually does come back and he wins, but then he loses again. And so it's up and down and up and down and up and down, and that's it. I guess the good thing is no more opioid addiction.
Opioids, don't do them. Don't try them. It just makes for bad times. Professional and in your personal life.
Look at the opioid, pain management, illegal drugs like heroin, and illicitly manufactured fentanyl. Oh boy. You know what they say, certain things make your wee wee smaller. Don't do it for the sake of your wee wee, is all I'm saying. Anyways, though, beyond all of that, let's continue. So, did it keep my attention? Well, yeah. Seen The Rock with hair? I mean, Dwayne Johnson with hair? Hey, Dwayne. How you doing? That was neat. That kept my attention.
Once again, I'm gonna reiterate 2002, the rundown. Then when he first started wrestling, when he was Rocky Maivia, yeah, that's when he had a lot of hair. And then, he became a big movie star and he cut that hair off.
What? Slow your roll, Jabroni. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? So there's a lot of generation like Gen Z doesn't know that Dwayne Johnson was a wrestler. They like, what? They literally didn't know. Just like they didn't know that Beyonce was in a girl band. Oh my gosh. You know what? Let's continue. Let's talk about production elements. So for production elements, this movie cost $50 million to make. So it's pretty good. Uh, it's decent. It's a decent budget, but box office wise, not doing too well. Currently, they're sitting at a domestic box office of $11 million, $411,388. Internationally, that's 9,500,554, 300. Oh my gosh. It's getting late. Let's do that again. $9 million, 554,327. So that comes to worldwide profit of $20 million, 965,175,000. This bad boy is currently bombing hard. But this is like Dwayne's most like paramount transformation in looks and as an actor though, right?
But see, this just gives me the whole thing of just like Denzel Washington, right? He had played all these good roles, good roles, and he wins an Oscar for Training Day, where
Mhm.
he plays a bad guy, because everybody's so used to him seeing him playing somebody, good, uplifting, morally, whatever. And so that's how I feel like The Rock is. Like they're gonna typecast him and typecast him and typecast him. That's just, and then he played, mixed martial artist guy. I think this is very Oscar worthy. Like his transformation was serious, something serious. And they'll probably bypass this movie, but he should win something for doing this movie because he actually took on the persona, he took on the mannerisms, he did everything. He studied him, how to fight like him, how to become him. I mean, people don't understand the limits that people go to. So I think that this is very Oscar. Like the movie itself, not so much maybe because it didn't end. There was no hard conclusive like there was a change. It was just kinda abruptly ended, and I don't like abrupt endings. Like, I need some kinda resolve, or if it's not gonna resolve, then show me, you know? But it did none of that. So, I'm comparing him to Denzel Washington because he won his first Oscar for Training Day. After he did Malcolm X, The Hurricane, Remember the Titans, he had some really good films that he was nominated but didn't win. That's what I feel is gonna happen to The Rock. He's gonna get nominated and just not win until he played something totally out of his norm, which this movie was out of his norm, even though he's still a wrestler and he still does mixed martial arts and stuff. But the way he took on the role, it just floored me. Like, he looked so much like him that it scared me, and I thought it was CGI, but no, it was really, literally him the whole time.
Yes, yes, I like it. That's the only thing about this film. I think this is the weakest point. Again, like what Miss P said, it's this the story arc. And it's the character arc too. Yeah, it's the character arc. So this is basically the story of MMA and its beginnings. And you know what's really crazy about it is that they thought were they fighting for in Japan, were they fighting for 100,000 or $200,000? It was $200,000 that they were so excited. You're like, "Oh, $200,000. This is life-changing money. Oh my gosh." And I'm like, "Whoa, today's MMA fighters get so much more money. They get millions of dollars."
Well, that's because 'cause they're putting their body at risk. Their tap outs, they can get their arms snapped in half, their legs snapped in half, they can get their necks snapped. I mean, because the tap outs aren't really tapping out. Like, you have to do a lot of stuff for those tap outs. So, yeah, they put their body at risk more than a lot of other people.
But what about that scene with Mark Kerr when he was down on the ground, all fours, and the player and his opponent had his hand on the back and he was kneeing his head repeatedly?
Don't make me remember harsh things.
Anyways, let's go. Production elements. You know what I like about production elements also? I like how they gave it that 1990s, early 2000s look and feel. So I guess you can say like the production design was pretty good on that. I like that. That was pretty good. Um, it just has that the furniture, everything. It was spot on. But check this out. Let's talk about directing, Miss P. Who do you remember who the director is?
Mm-mm.
Check this out. Look, you're gonna recognize him.
Benny.
Hey, Benny. It's Benny. We saw him on the movie with Adam Sandler and Happy Gilmore too. He wrote this movie and directed this movie, Benny. Benny Softy. What did you think about his directing?
It was actually really, really, really good. I mean, there's not much else I can say about it. I mean, I was just like, yeah.
Yeah, it was. What's up, Benny? That was really good. Let's see what else you do. Yes. Um, I just, I guess, because it's a biopic, we can't really say too much about the character arc and the story arc, which are just lacking. So I'm not gonna come down on you, Benny. We're not gonna do it. We understand you're working with a biopic, and this is history. So, but you do a fictional story next time, Benny, and your character arc and story arcs are missing. We're gonna have something to say about it. But it's good directing.
Yeah, but that story arc, the writing, it's either you or the writers. I mean, y'all, I don't know what happened, but it kind of fizzled for me.
Yeah. What about I think we've already talked about the quality of acting. Emily's always doing her thing. Hey, Emily, do you have anything to say about the acting? Because we talked about Dwayne's acting. Anybody else's acting?
I'm sorry, but Dwayne took the cake for me. Like everybody else was great or whatever, but my focus was on him. Like when he was on the screen, I was paying attention to him.
Same here. But we love you, all of you actors, actresses. Sound quality and effects, pretty good.
Mhm.
Not too many effects going on, by the way, but sound quality is good. I like it. Hey, Miss P, your favorite cinematography.
It was wonderful, but it was made like, how back in the day you had the rinky dink like cell phone picture. Like you could take like 30-second videos and we thought we was doing something. That's what it reminded me of. So it wasn't bad cinematography, but it was better. It was better than what it had been.
Yeah, because they were tapping to the early 2000s, late 90s, and I was thinking, wait, I remember that ugly furniture. That ugly furniture used to be the stuff.
Mhm. The leather couches, a set of leather couches.
Don't you love your pleather instead of leather? Hollywood, listen. Benny, we're talking to you. Write another role for Dwayne that's different, but like full character story arc. Something that you can control. You can't control it because it's a biopic. But as a writer, you should be able to create something that fits those lines. This is our dear Benny letter. Hey, listen, I ain't got nothing more to say. What about you, Miss P?
Nah, bro. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't started following us, what are you waiting for? If you haven't given us any movies you want us to review, what are you waiting for? If you want some cool people to talk with, nicely, respectively, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. Hey, I'm Miss M, and I'm about this piece.
And I'm Miss P. Bye.
See y'all later.